Thank you, everybody. Hi from Istanbul, more greener, and we feel that the best city in the world. We are recently experiencing serious consequences of climate change, both in our country and in Istanbul, also in the world. When we were young, it was impossible to walk on the streets without wearing a pullover or coat in November. Now we can even wear t-shirts or shirts like summer. Each year we are witnessing sudden rainfall in summer. This year in August, we lost, unfortunately, 82 fellow citizens due to floods caused by sudden rainfall in western Black Sea. Because of the temperature increase in summer months due to climate change, the whole Aegean and Mediterranean region in our country experienced wildfires. We could not put out these fires for several weeks. We lost our people, forests, other living beings, and areas. Most Mediterranean countries experienced the same bitter event. Drought and aridity affect Istanbul and Turkey to a more serious extent each day. For the first time this year, we had sea snot or mucilage in the Sea of Marmara due to the increase in sea temperature and uncontrolled waste. This problem has some risks that can put an end of life in Marmara. The climate of Istanbul, which our city has had for thousands of years, transitions gradually to that of the Mediterranean. As glaciers melt due to global warming, our world loses its balance. Unknown and unfamiliar microorganisms which have been squeezed within glaciers are released. All these problems show us the importance of the work of local administrations to control global warming. As everyone can agree today, urban action plans focused on climate change in our cities, hosting 68% of the world's population are crucial. This percentage is about 75% in our country. Most important and urgent than anything else is governing our cities with a greener, more just and equitable perspective of the future. When we took power in 2019, we gave a promise to 16 million Istanbulites. We said that Istanbul will be a greener, more just and creative city. Since the first day, we are taking important steps as part of this vision, and we will continue to do so. We prepared our green solution vision with democratic participation and announced it last week. This vision, which we deem as vitally important, will affect the future of Istanbul. Technical support of C40 network and ARUP led us while we were preparing our vision. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank the leadership of C40 and the ARUP team on behalf of the 16 million Istanbulites. Our target is very clear: to take every step in order to make Istanbul a carbon neutral city resilient to climate crisis by 2050. The city of Istanbul will carry out projects that will be an inspiration for the rest of the world. Thank you. In my opinion, there are several difficulties in achieving global results on the way to the carbon neutral goal. But I think the three major challenges are more decisive than any other. First of all, I see the viewpoints of populist political leaders to ignore, trivialize, or postpone the goal of reducing carbon emissions, which is the most vital problem for the future of the whole world, as important difficulties. Secondly, I see the lack or weakness of the public will to enable established industrial institutions in developed countries of the world, or those that apply aggressive development policies to take swift action for change. And finally, I think funding is crucial for this information to be put into practice. I accept the strategic value in global success of defining the funds on a global scale and sharing them fairly with developing countries, such as the long-term budget defined by EU for a greener, more digital and more resilient Europe goal. This reality that we should all remember is this: climate change and environmental degradation are existential threats to the entire world. National borders only exist in our minds. However, we cannot draw borders to cities and countries in the physical and real world. Therefore, a fairer financial solidarity and comprehensive technical cooperation at the international level are essential for a solution.
Thank you, distinguished participants. I'm happy to discuss our common problems and seek solutions together on this platform created as part of COP26. Today, more than half of the world's population lives in cities. This rate is about more than 68% in the near future. Unfortunately, our cities, which are home to billions of people, are the source of many problems just as much as the opportunities they offer. We live in a world order where cities are both perpetrators and victims of climate change. In this process, we, as the Istanbul Metropolitan Municipality, consider it a priority to make our city much safer for our citizens. Istanbul is one of the unique cities on the planet. But Istanbul is also geopolitically located in one of the locations with the highest earthquake risk in the world. Istanbul, the largest city in Europe, with a population 16 million and also more than 2 million immigrants. We are with more than 18 million Istanbulites, is located at a very strategic point geopolitically. First of all, half of Turkey's industrial production takes place in and around Istanbul. In addition, direct investments of many countries, especially EU and USA, are located in Istanbul also. I would like to summarize what we have done in Istanbul in 2 years under 3 headings. Due diligence, we have taken into account thousands of years of historical data with the participation of many experts and scientists. Experts estimate the probability of an earthquake of 7 Richter or higher in Istanbul in the next 30 years as 65%. Due to this dangerous probability, 300,000 risky residences in Istanbul need to be renovated. 300,000 risky residences. we have initiated extensive detection studies to identify risky buildings and prepared risk analysis for earthquakes. Second one, action plan and earthquake mobilization plan. According to experts, in the scenario of a devastating earthquake with a magnitude of 7.5 Richter, 22.6% of buildings in the city will be destroyed. 30% of the roads will be closed. Drinking water and wastewater lines and natural gas lines will be damaged. There will be a great economic loss in total. Due to this dangerous outlook, we urgently decided to develop widespread resilience measures in our city. With the Istanbul earthquake workshop, which we held with 1,200 participants from 174 institutions and academies in 2019, we defined our action on a participatory basis and prepared a comprehensive earthquake mobilization plan and increasing physical endurance. We aim to transform the building stock at risk in Istanbul into earthquake-resistant and eco-friendly structures. So far, our efforts on urban resilience includes around 330,000 citizens in more than 80,000 residences and 7.2 thousand commercial areas. These numbers may seem high to you, but when you consider the 16 million population of Istanbul, you can understand that we are only at the beginning. We consider that making Istanbul the largest city in Europe earthquake resistant is crucial not only for the future of Istanbul and Turkey, but also for the whole continent. In this regard, we need global solidarity. With its creative and entrepreneurial capacity, Istanbul is strong enough to afford all kinds of solidarity. In the meantime, I would like to underline that the Kanal Istanbul project, which was imposed on Istanbul by the government, is considered to be the most serious risk for the security of the city also. Not only in terms of earthquakes, but also in many respects. We believe that this project is against the 17 principles of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. On this issue, we expect solidarity from all actors around the world, including financial institutions. Residential areas are responsible for 14% of the carbon footprint in Istanbul. We increase our energy diversity in favor of renewable energies, especially due to the fact that national domestic energy systems depend on fossil fuels. We are trying to reduce our dependency on coal in many areas, especially in public facilities, with our large solar power plant investments. Before taking office, we had summarized our fundamental vision for Istanbul: a fair, creative, and green city. For this reason, we have taken great steps to increase the green areas in our city, which has been neglected for many years in this aspect. In 2020, we developed a total of 4 million square meters green areas and green space, and put into use of Istanbulites. In addition, we started to build 15 new living valleys with a total area of 10 million square meters in our city. we will be putting these areas into service starting from next year. We are developing measurements which will reduce heat island effect in the city through creation of dozens of living valleys and urban forests. We are putting great emphasis on the usage of balconies and green areas, especially after the pandemic. By implementing the usage of grey water in residences, we are both reducing the water bills and saving waters. Green areas will not only improve the quality of life in Istanbul, they will also help reduce the increasing temperature of the city. They will also help by means of lowering the carbon in a natural way. We will make Istanbul a greener and a more livable city with all our means. Since the day we took office, whatever we are doing in Istanbul, we are doing in the name of urban justice. Whatever we are doing with shared wisdom. We are developing and implementing short, mid, and long-term plans and strategies by gathering together with all the stakeholders. We are building an unprecedented new generation local democracy. This is why participation is our strongest asset. With democratic participation, we are including all the Istanbulites. In the same vein, we are making experts, academic institutions, and NGOs a part of the decision-making process as well. We also strive for making the central government a part of the decision-making process as well. However, in all these matters, our strongest partners are young people, women, and climate activists. When we are working with them, we feel more powerful towards our goal for a more just and greener city. Unfortunately, Turkey has a lack of housing policy regarding urbanization and preparedness for disasters. This issue causes Istanbul to receive more domestic and foreign migration day by day, thus enabling the population to reach an uncontrollable stage, unfortunately. On the other hand, for many years, public authorities have been busy increasing the monetary value of residences instead of increasing the quality of life and quality of city. When took office, we changed the housing policy with a perspective stating living in good and safe conditions is everyone's right. Today, one of our subsidiary company responsible for building public housing builds modern, well-designed and resilient houses for Istanbulites with low incomes. In 2 years, we planned, built and delivered 6,000 houses to the citizens. With 10 metro lines, which we are building currently, we are aiming to reduce carbon emissions on one hand. On the other hand, we are aiming for developing new residential areas with better facilities on the city perimeter by increasing the inner city mobility. We are designing them along with Istanbulites in an accordance with their needs and expectations. Also, through the early flood warning system, which we have implemented on 10 streams in Istanbul, we are aiming for reducing the losses caused by floods that occur after heavy rains. Drought and water scarcity are among the most threatening disasters that Istanbul faces due to climate crisis. With these houses, we offer the city and its citizens convenient, original and safe residences that are designed with contemporary architectural approaches and include more than 40% allocated recreational areas, as it is everyone's right to access them instead of enclosed areas separated from the city. We are trying to implement disaster compliant designs with these houses as well, because we also prioritize financially supporting low-income population when it comes to the efforts of increasing the resilience of Istanbul against earthquakes. Since cities and urban developments are some of the more significant causes of climate change, we believe that international institutions, especially finance-oriented ones, should work directly and closely with local government. This is what I need for Istanbul. We are fully open to global collaborations in terms of achieving green transformation and increasing the quality of life in Istanbul. In the scope of our climate action plan, which named Green Solution, we undertook a serious initiative as Istanbul. We have started a full-on climate mobilization in our city. We established a Directorate of Climate Change in order to establish a progress mechanism in the face of climate change. Additionally, we designed the people responsible from climate change-related developments in other departments in order to follow the latest developments closely. We have completed implementing the fundamental components that will make the fight against climate change a part of our corporate culture. We believe that what we are trying to do can be achieved with a spirit of shoulder to shoulder and all-out mobilization efforts with the participation of everyone, from youth to elderly, from academicians to experts. In line with our green solution vision, we continue to work with all stakeholders, from industrial organizations to civil society, from international financial institutions to foreign country representations in Istanbul. In addition to this, we are creating a climate platform under Istanbul Planning Agency. This platform will be compass for all the steps we will take towards this goal that we have defined. It will be guarantee of the success, monitoring and sustainability of the process. It's an indispensable and vital issue for our administration to protect the climate of Istanbul and make sure that the city can overcome climate crisis. We will share this process with Istanbulites in a transparent, understandable, and up-to-date manner, and we will carry it out in a participatory manner. We will regularly share the data we obtain with our international stakeholders and networks, primarily with the C40 also.